More than 85% of central banks are now investigating digital versions of their currencies, conducting experiments, or moving to pilot projects. China is leading the charge against major economies, pumping more than 300 million worth of their digital currency into the economy. Welcome to Cryptopia, where we discuss the utopian rise of crypto as the battle against regulations, bans, scams, and non-believers continues. On the front lines today, crypto versus banks. Ahead of a broader rollout expected next year, the European Central Bank, Bank of Japan, and the Federal Reserve are investigating digital currencies. If Bitcoin may eventually be issued by the Bank of England, Sweden is lining up an e-krona and might be the first cashless nation by 2023. The rise of cryptocurrency is as real as ever, even as Bitcoin struggles to make it past 60K again, which a lot of people are saying is because of the whales keeping it down. I believe that. The crypto utopia we are all waiting for is gaining ground. The role of the United States in terms of global money methods has been in full swing since the introduction of the civilized currency system. For every time money has evolved, the United States has one way or another found itself around as a key influencer of the system. It can be argued that the strength of the economy of the United States relies more on its monetary policies in line with the global money system rather than actual internal productivity within the country itself. Most of us go to Bahamas for the sun and surf. Central banks visit for a completely different reason: to check out the country's new digital currency, the sand dollar. The Bahamas is one of 3 countries to launch a digital currency along with China and Cambodia. Sand dollars are now loaded in mobile wallets on smartphones to buy beer or whatever you want. Simply scan a QR code, way more convenient than swiping a credit card or using a crumpled, grubby dollar bill. Digital currencies aren't yet widespread, but a race is on to get them into circulation as battle lines harden between cryptocurrencies and the wannabe fiats. In the current fiat system, the US dollar remains the most dominant currency across the international community. It is regarded as a universal currency and it's currently the most accepted fiat in the world. Pretty much every country you go to, you can either transact directly or easily find an exchange where you can convert US dollar to local currency. The benefit of this situation and the stability it gives the American economy is enough motivation for its government and financial institutions to show serious concern toward any development that could threaten that system. So it's no surprise that the United States and its agencies have responded to the new money technology, cryptocurrency, in a rather negative view. New cryptocurrencies and payment systems are putting the pressure on central banks to develop their own digital versions. Bitcoin, while popular, isn't the main threat. It's highly unstable, more volatile than the Venezuelan bolivar. Many investors stock it away rather than use it, and the underlying blockchain network is still rather slow, but obviously things will change. But the currency market overall is gaining critical mass, and that itself brings about the stable coins that most people are transacting between in order to hodl their money when it's not in a altcoin or Bitcoin. And that is where the issue arises. As usual, the United States likes to do things slowly. Though it has not shied away from playing key roles in the development of cryptocurrency, the government has allowed the fear brought on by banks to place pressure on the crypto market as well. Both the banks and the US government reign so long as their money remains king. As a world leader, they can't lose that, which gave them an edge. While the crypto market size remains significant for something that is regarded as an alternative to today's monetary system, the economic implications that it could have on the US dollar is enough and has been getting some serious attention from the powers that be. Money and payment systems are rapidly fracturing. In the coming years, people might hold Bitcoin as a store of value while transacting in stable coins pegged to euros or dollars or what have you. The private sector is throwing down the gauntlet and challenging the central bank's role. Central banks are looking at stable coins the way taxi unions look at Uber, as an interloper and a threat. It's only when the discussion on regulatory concerns become hot that the United States showed the most participation in the crypto industry, with the SEC coming up with wishy-washy statements of what crypto is, where crypto was like XRP stand, and so forth. Prior to 2014, there was almost no regulations around the cryptocurrency industry. As more users got into the ecosystem, exchanges began to spring up, giving users the gateway opportunity to either purchase Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency that had come to life then, or sell it for fiat. Between 2014 and 2019 was the busiest period for the US SEC in the crypto industry, at least so far. On many occasions, the conditions of participating in the industry became modified. This included the requirements to function as an exchange, the qualifications and characteristics of tokens, and then the ICO era happened, and the SEC was at the forefront in seeking out ways to secure users and stop the wave from getting out of hand. In other words, to stop them from completely losing all control over money at all. In China, transactions on apps like Alipay and WeChat now exceed the total world volume on Visa and MasterCard combined. The Chinese apps have also become platforms for saving, loans, investment products, etc. This helps regulators keep tabs on money flowing through the apps and helps prevent stablecoins from usurping the government's power. Governments could also target economic policies more efficiently. Stimulus checks could be deposited into e-wallets with digital dollars that could bypass checking accounts or apps that charge fees. It could be a way to get money into people's hands faster and see how it's spent in real time. Digital currencies are also programmable. Stimulus checks could vanish from a digital wallet in 3 months, incentivizing people to spend the money, giving the economy a lift. Whatever they develop, central banks can't afford to be sidelined as the digital token blend into social media, gaming, and e-commerce platform. Competing for a share of our wallets and minds, imagine a future where we live in augmented reality, shopping, playing video games, and meeting digital avatars. Will we even think in terms of dollars in those walled gardens? The future isn't far off, and we don't know what the hell is going to happen. Not much has changed in recent time, though. Despite American government printing stimulus check after stimulus check, they're slow to update regulations on crypto, and most banks have just now started to create investment portfolios for other people, though I still stand and believe that banks themselves have probably been investing since 2017 at least. Like the role it played in the fiat adoption era, the United States can still have a say in regulatory aspects of cryptocurrency implementation, but act or don't act fast enough, it won't really matter. All that being said, over the years, due to scams, frauds, and etc., the US government does have a large Bitcoin holding and would stand to gain whatever Bitcoin's price goes to. And the banks, despite saying how bad Bitcoin is, are buying and trying to launch their own ETFs. I think it's going to be a strange future coming up. The battle between Bitcoin, the banks, and the United States as a whole is going to come to a climactic end, and I think after the dust settles, Bitcoin will still be standing as king. Thanks for watching. If you guys like this, leave a like down below, share the video, and come back for more adoption news.